Live from the Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts. This is the YouTube channel vlog show in which video games, flash game show gameplays, along with sports and wrestling news are the norm. This is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, good times, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And now, here's the host of the show, the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to the 247th episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And I am the shenanigan madness that is Eric Lima. What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. I'm praying for everyone who has been affected by these winter storms that are happening in the central and northern part of the United States. I pray that you all be safe and hopefully you have power and just keep yourselves warm. I know everything is scarce this time of year, at this time, and hopefully you guys are, I pray that you guys use the wisdom and discernment and be very, very careful out there. So I'm praying for you guys to be safe. I know a lot of you guys are thinking, what about you guys out there in New England? I know, I think some of us here, so the southern New Englanders are probably going to get mostly rain and possibly a lot of wind. So, but the temperatures are going to be very, very warm. I kind of wish the temperatures were warm where you at, but it is winter, so it is winter, unfortunately. So I hope you guys can be okay, and you guys have powers. You can watch my videos and all that. Hopefully, hopefully I can cheer you up with my content and whatnot. So everything else, excuse me, will be okay with you guys. So I pray for all your safety and be safe while you're there. While you're there in your homes, and hopefully you stay safe and warm as well. And hopefully your loved ones make it to their destinations. I hope you guys make it to your destinations for the holiday season. So, speaking of holiday season, we're going to talk a little bit AEW. Not too long ago, the Holiday Bash 2022 takes place in San Antonio, Texas. Absolute Ricky Starks to come out to address the crowd to kick off Dynamite in San Antonio. He says, yeah, he's lost the title and everything else. He's lost a chance to win the title from MJF. He says that, but he says he'll continue that quest. So, anyways, Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Danny Garcia of Jericho Appreciation Society interrupts Starks, and Jericho says, you know what, you got it, and everything else. He was speaking highly of him at first, and then he says, well, he would like, but Jericho wants Ricky Starks to join the Jericho Appreciation Society. Starks looks at him, says so many funny insults. In fact, Starks came up with more cold cuts than a deli when it came to Jericho, man. What is it, like a single father who's been divorced 5 times? Just like, oh, wow. So Starks says, nope, I'm not going to join Jericho Appreciation Society. And Jericho goes, that's the wrong answer. Jake Hager attacks him from behind. And then as Jake Hager, Jericho, and Garcia and Sammy Guevara attacked Ricky Starks, Action Andretti, the guy who upset Jericho last week, came to the aid of Ricky Starks. Then the first matchup, the best of 7, the fifth match number 5, the trios matchup has no DQ. Death Triangle versus the Elite Death Triangle, the trios champions, are the Lucha Brothers, Rey Fenix and Penta El Zero Miedo, along with Pac. The Elite is the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. And this was a heck of a fight. I mean, everything, including Christmas stuff, was involved. Bretland Cutler was dressed as an elf, attacking Alex Abrahantes. It was a crazy, crazy matchup, and in the end, the Elite wins, so they're still in the fight at 3-2. The next matchup will happen, and it'll be Falls Count Anywhere. And now, whoever wins the best of 7 is the trio, are going to be the trios champions. So if the Elite wins these 2 final matches, they'll be the new trios champions for a second time. If the Death Triangle wins this matchup, they will retain the trios title. So we'll see what happens there. But they were still fighting after the matchup. And then MJF cut a promo on Bryan Danielson after last week. And MJF was so upset. He says, you're nothing. He says you're going to eat less and all that. It'll only be a matter of time. And Tony Schiavone interviewed Action Andretti. Action Andretti says, yeah, I beat Jericho. They're considered upset of the decade. And 2.0, the Big Mouths, Big Daddy Magic, Matt Menard, and Cool Hand Angelo Punk interrupt him. And they say, hey, you're on fire. And then they blinded Andretti with a fireball, I think. And Jericho then attacks Andretti, rubbing his face all over the carpet, all over the floor. In backstage, Renee Paquette came out to interview Bryan Danielson. Danielson decided to call out MJF after what he did to William Regal. Meanwhile, Ethan Page and Stokely Hathaway, the guy who looks like somebody shrunk Charles Barkley in a dryer, interrupts Bryan Danielson, and then Bryan Danielson says, you know what? How about I fight you in a matchup? And he goes, you know what? Ethan Page will say that for next week. Meanwhile, MJF was watching in the back laughing. Friedman, grow a set, dude. You know, and I hate to say this, even Vince McMahon's got bigger grapefruits than you. And that pains me to say it because you're going to back down a fight from Bryan Danielson? Seriously? All right. Then Jon Moxley addresses the $300,000 Three Kings Christmas Trios Casino Casino Christmas Battle Royal. And whoever wins that wins $300,000. Christmas Day, we'll be talking this Friday on the Rampage. And then he addressed Adam Page. And so Samoa Joe cut a promo about days and Merry Christmas and all that, and he wished Wardlow the same thing, but he's got more scathing promo on Wardlow saying that he'll beat Wardlow. So, we'll see what happens there. Hook went one-on-one with Exodus Prime. Again, is he a Transformer? We don't know. Hook won easily, and then Stokely Hathaway once again interrupts Hook while Lee Moriarty and Big Bill, a.k.a. W. Morrissey, attacked Jungle Boy and threw him in a dumpster. What is going on here? Anyways, Jon Moxley went one-on-one with Darius Martin, not Dante, and Jon Moxley won easily that matchup, even though Darius tried to give all he's got in that matchup, but Moxley won it. And Hikaru Shida and Jamie Hayter cut a promo on tonight's title matchup. And then there's another chapter in the book of Powerhouse Hobbs. You know, Powerhouse Hobbs talking about somebody shooting a child. Who would do that? Monsters and all that. But I think it's the way I think Powerhouse Hobbs grew up. So I think Powerhouse Hobbs is going to be meaner when he gets back to the ring. FTR took on the Guns in a tag team match. FTR's been on a 3-match skid since losing the Ring of Honor tag team titles because they lost to the Guns again. The Guns used some underhanded tactics, man, to beat FTR. Meanwhile, Sanjay Dutt, Satnam Singh, Jay Lethal, and Jeff Jarrett mocking the Acclaimed, and Sanjay Dutt rapping. Sanjay, don't give up your day job, dude. Don't give up your day job. Your rapping sucks. And then Tony Schiavone introduces Rick Ross as he mediates the meeting between Swerve and Our Glory, Keith Lee, and Swerve Strickland. And as they were talking, Swerve Strickland says he's going to keep your eyes on everything, but he roll eyes in the back of his head. Parker Boudreaux attacked Keith Lee, but Lee fends him off. And then he decided to go after Strickland again, and then another big dude. He almost looks like Lance Archer, but I don't think that's him. But he looks bigger than Lance Archer. He had the same hairstyle as Lance Archer does, but he was clean-shaven and all, with tattoos. He beats up Lee to the point, and then him and Parker Boudreaux attacking Lee as well. And they decided to set Keith Lee up on the metal stairs with a cinder block over him. And while Rick Ross is talking all the trash, and then Swerve Strickland did a stomp on that. So, I can't believe this is happening. So, we will see what happens here. You know? So, we got to find out who this big dude is that attack Keith Lee, the second big dude that attacked him, not Parker Boudreaux. We know who he is. Dark Order and Best Friends cut a promo on the $300,000 Three Kings Christmas Casino Royale. Dark Order was the Best Friends. Trent goes he's buying his mama's house. And then Chuck Taylor's funny. I'm going to buy my mom a chainsaw. And then Torch Cassidy. I'm going to buy Trent's mama a house. But Torch Cassidy got a crush on Sue. We don't know. Meanwhile, Dark Order, said, okay, we'll split up and then we'll have little Brody Lee. Little Brody, right? Excuse me. And then they asked Adam Page not to get involved. Look, Moxley's going to be in it. It's Friday. Fine. See ya. I'll see you guys later. So, then the AEW Women's World Title was on the line. Jamie Hayter defending against Hikaru Shida. It was a heck of a matchup. And, Jamie Hayter hit everything she's got. Shida's been kicking out of it. Shida tried everything she's got. Hayter's been kicking out of it. And then Rebel and Britt Baker got involved. Hayter capitalized on it and retained the title over Hikaru Shida. But Britt Baker and Rebel were not satisfied, decided to attack Shida after the matchup, and Toni Storm came to Shida's aid, and then they clobbered her, but she was not cleared to compete with her nose broken. And then they decided they wanted to finish off Toni Storm, and they were about to attack her until Saraya came out and stops them as well. So this will be an interesting situation, to say the least, in the women's division, that's for sure. So we'll see what happens there. That is all the time we have here on the Dynamite before Christmas. And then we got AEW Rampage coming Friday. Listen, Christmas is coming. It's getting near. 4 more days left. And we got 10 days left of the year. I got to tell you, this is going to be a heck of a weekend coming up. Lots going on. A lot is happening considering the holiday season. My Becky 2-belt shirt. And then, let's see, Monday Night Raw will be the best of 2022. So I'll be briefly talking about that. There was a lot of matches that went on. And then the final SmackDown of 2022. Big tag match next week. As John Cena returning to the ring for the first time in over a year. Teaming up with Kevin Owens against Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Big, huge main event. High ratings for SmackDown. It's Fox. So we have that going on. Tomorrow, I'm going to do some Press Your Luck. We got Rant and Rave. And the Christmas special. So can't wait for that. So until then, until the next episode comes around, see you guys later. Episode 247 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. AEW Dynamite Holiday Bash 2022 Event Center. It's been complete. And until the next episode rolls around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E tour for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bofa Raving Dingleberry Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode of the show. See you on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now, and have a very blessed day.